limited security clearance for people who would leave CIA. This is important.
This is important because this was one of the things that Trump did very well that he never got credit for. The way that you make money when you're a federal government employee is not being a federal government employee. Like 30 years and you're a senior ranking officer and you're making $160,000 a year. Like, no, that's not what people want to do with their life, right? A junior salesperson can make $250,000. So what ends up happening is you work those 30 years so that you can build a network and so you can have very high level clearances. And those clearances don't expire the day you resign. They expire with time. So when you have a top secret clearance or a secret clearance, the thing that makes it expire is either you break a law and they pull it from you, or you don't engage in activity, you don't engage in a job where you use that access. As long as you keep using that access, it keeps being valid.
The job is for the government, or can it be any job?
It's a job for the government because the government is what defines classification.
Got
right?
it.
So now you're a senior intelligence officer making $160,000 a year, you retire from government. Well, now you have all the contacts of all the other offices inside the agency, contacts with FBI, NSA, DIA, NGA, right? You're connected to everybody. So then Booz Allen Hamilton or CACI or Mantech or any one of the big national security intelligence contractors, they can hire you, make you a executive vice president, pay you $400,000 a year.
And they're essentially paying for your clearance.
And what they're paying for is for your access to all these other agencies because of your network.
So Trump shut that down because there was like a brain drain, if you will. People were leaving the agency to go work in the private sector and go make money. And he was like, you're not going to leave the agency and take your clearance. So you can either stay here or you could leave, but you're not going to take that.
And there was a second reason to doing it. The other reason he was doing it was because he wanted to limit the competition of private intelligence firms outside of the firms that he was using.
Oh, so he was doing it to scratch their backs.
Oh, for sure. So he was doing it to scratch their backs.
Oh my God, this is next level shit.
And then good reason.
I was ready. I was like, MAGA hat on.
Finally, one thing good.
Okay, so he's scratching the backs of his friends. His friends allegedly, let's just say, have these intelligence companies. What would you call them? Firms?
Yeah, private intelligence firms.
Private intelligence firms. And so they already have these employees that have clearance?
Yes, and there's also employees that don't have clearance, right? But it's all about, at the end of the day, I know this might shatter your trust in the federal government, it's still a good old boys network. It's still who do you know, who do you trust, and who's going to be loyal to you when people turn on you. That's still very much how the government works.
Okay.
And that's just because it's hard for the government to evolve. It's not like the commercial sector that can evolve very quickly.
It has to.